In today's video, guys, I want to walk you through the 5 things you should start doing now if you want to give yourself a chance to create wealth and get to your financial freedom. Number 1, eliminate consumer debt. Did you know here in the United States, we have about $16 trillion in debt. Now, that's not our total debt as a country, but it's the total debt for American citizens. Almost $11 trillion of that debt is mortgage debt. The other $5 trillion is consumer debt. And that's the one I want to focus on. Because $5 trillion in consumer debt, guys, is a lot. Think about the money that we're paying in interest on that $5 trillion in consumer debt. It's a huge number. You might ask, well, what makes up that $5 trillion in consumer debt? Well, the leader of the pack is student loans, which is about $1.6 trillion of that $5 trillion in consumer debt, followed by auto loans, which is about $1.5 trillion. If you want to get to financial freedom, you're going to have to eliminate the consumer debt. Because see, the money that you're paying on this consumer debt could be money that be multiplying itself in investments that are actually appreciating in value. And more times than not, guys, consumer debt consists of what? Liabilities that do nothing but take money out of your pocket. My recommendation is to do this. Stack rank your consumer debt. Highest interest rate debt first, lowest interest rate debt last. And then you need to take all of your free cash flow. When you make all your monthly payments on these debts, right? Whatever money you have left over, right, from your primary income. Maybe you got a side hustle that you got money coming in. Take all of that free cash flow and concentrate it on paying off the highest interest rate debt you have. And then you just come on down the list. Once you pay off the highest interest rate debt, go to the second one, so on and so forth, till you eliminate that consumer debt. But you really do need to focus on that because that's taking up valuable money that could be multiplying itself, but instead you're paying it down on consumer debt. The second thing you should start doing is keep more money. Let me explain. See, here in the United States, we do a pretty decent job of making money, but we do a really poor job of keeping money. The reason keeping money is so important on your journey to financial freedom is because the more money you keep, the more you have to do what? Multiply, right? And all keeping more money means is you gotta live on less than what you make. It's that simple, guys. If I'm making $2,000 a month, I gotta figure out how to live on $1,000 a month. If I'm making $10,000 a month, I gotta figure out how to live on less than $10,000 a month. That's the key if we want to put ourselves in a position where we can get to financial freedom at some point. Think about this as well. A lot of people make a huge salary, but it does them no good if they spend that huge salary. See, I worked with a lot of pretty affluent people in my 25 years as a banker. And a good portion of those people, I would say about 25% of those people were making at least $1 million a year. And I would say half of that 25% of those people that I worked with making over $1 million a year, half of those people lived paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they did not learn the fundamental thing about money, which is keeping it. The third thing I want you to start doing is protect your credit score. Did you know in the United States, 15% of Americans have a credit score of 600 or less? That's not a real good statistic, guys. I can remember back in my younger days, when I was first starting out, making some money, and every little penny I got, I wanted to go out and buy something. But of course, at the beginning of my money-making career, I didn't have very much money. So I would use my credit cards. I'd use my credit cards to go buy stuff, or I'd go use my credit to go to a department store and buy furniture and things of that nature from a little apartment. But I never understood that you had to actually pay that stuff, the money back for borrowing it. So I would get these little notices saying, hey, you owe us this money. If you don't pay us, we're going to report you to your credit report. I didn't believe them. They did. And guess what? I had a bad credit score for a lot of years, and it really dragged me down. If I'm gonna buy real estate and I don't have cash to pay for the real estate outright, I gotta go to a bank to borrow money in order to do what? Buy that piece of real estate. But the bank is not gonna give me a loan if I got a terrible credit score. If I wanted to start a business and I need to go get a small business loan from my bank, they're not going to lend me the money to start my business or grow my business if my credit score is low. So here's the deal. Protect your credit score. Do everything in your power to keep your credit score as high as you can keep it. I would say around 680 or higher with no major derogatories, no minor derogatories on your credit report. If we're building wealth, we may need to borrow some money. We may need to lean on our good credit score to help leverage money in order to buy assets. But if you got a bad credit score, you won't be able to do that. The fourth thing I want you to start doing is tracking your money. Personal Finance 101, guys. We all should know exactly how much money we have coming in, and we all should know exactly how much money we got going out. And I recommend you put together a personal budget. Now, you can do it the old school way like I do it. I just got me a little spreadsheet that I use and I track everything that way. Or you can go out online, and there are many budgeting apps that you can use that are pretty user-friendly, and you can start categorizing your expenses using that app, tracking your income using that app. All that does for you guys is just gives you a better understanding of how you're using your money. See, a lot of us don't know how we're using our money because we don't track it, we don't budget, we don't do anything. We just use our card, our debit card or our credit card, and we just go to town. Or we just go to the ATM machine, pull money out, and we just go to town. Guys, if you're gonna be smart about money, if you're gonna be in a position where you want to multiply money to build wealth and get to your financial freedom, you need to know what's going on with your personal finances. And the only way you know how to do that is if you're tracking your money. So please do yourself a favor. Start tracking your money today. The fifth thing I want you to start doing is investing to get to financial freedom. In America, there are 100 million adults that don't have any money saved for retirement, saved for financial freedom. And guys, I hope that's not you. But if it is, you can change that today. But you have to do the first four things I mentioned in the video. You have to eliminate consumer debt. You have to start keeping more money. You have to protect your credit score. You have to start tracking your money. And then last, you have to start investing. And all investing is buying assets, right? That increase in value over time. And that will create passive income for you at some point. Assets like paper assets in the stock market, right? ETFs, individual stocks. Assets like real estate for income, where you can buy a 1 to 4 family residential dwelling. You can put tenants in that property. Those tenants will pay you rent. You will pay your expenses. And then hopefully you got profit at the end of the day. And hopefully you bought in a really good area where that property will appreciate in value over the years and create more net worth for yourself. Perhaps you will invest in a business, right? Perhaps you come up with a concept to solve problems that people have and need solving. And you start a business and you start growing that business and expanding that business. and that business becomes profitable. And that's cash flow. And that's money you can take and multiply in other things, right? The key here, guys, is we have to start investing, but we don't have a chance to invest if we don't take care of those first 4 things first. That's the whole point of the video, guys, is we got to start doing these 5 things. And if we do commit to doing these 5 things, I believe you give yourself a really good chance to get yourself to financial freedom. Drop me some comments and let me know what you think about the 5 things you should start doing now in order to create wealth and get yourself to financial freedom. If you want 3 free stocks, Webull is going to give you 3 free stocks when you open a new Webull brokerage account. Put any amount of money in that brokerage account. They're going to give you 3 free stocks for just trying out their brokerage app. There's a link down in the description box of this video. Go click on that Webull link. Open up your new Webull account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. I'm going to also send you a Webull tutorial video to walk you through how to use the Webull app to make your first trade. All you got to do is send me an email. Let me know you've opened the Webull account, and I'm going to send you that free Webull tutorial video. Email address down in the description box of the video. Today's video is sponsored by my company, RF Financial Consulting. And in my company, I work with individuals just like you through financial mentoring and coaching sessions. And in those 1-hour sessions, we talk about strategies to help you get to your financial freedom, whether it be through real estate investing, stock market investing, creating additional streams of income, credit card arbitrage, or starting and growing a business. If that's something that you might be interested in, there's an email address in the description box of the video. Send me an email and let's discuss if I'm the right fit for you.